Hey, welcome to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. So, a question that I get asked a lot about is what advice would you offer to a soon to be father? Or maybe someone that just got married is thinking about having kids. There have even been people that have come to me that are not even married or not even necessarily at that point of thinking about kids, but they want to know what does it take to be a dad, which actually is pretty exciting because that means that there are people out there that are really thinking about what is it going to take. I know I wasn't there when I first even became a dad. There was no thought process really of what is this going to take? How do I show up as my best? So I want to reverse engineer it a little bit and start from the point of being a dad. I would say probably the biggest pain point that I come across is what people refer to as work-life balance, which my argument is always that there is no such thing as work-life balance. But that's for another time. I have an episode on that if you want to scroll back through the episodes. But right now I want to focus on the issue of quote unquote work-life balance. What can a new dad do, or not even a new dad, before even becoming a dad? What can you do to get to the point where you're going to be an awesome dad and be able to get that quote unquote work-life balance into play beforehand? So let's break it down a little bit. What's the whole issue of the work-life balance? The excuses are for everything, really. I don't have time to work on my diet. I don't have time to budget. I don't have time to spend with my wife. Play with my kids? When? I mean, I'm working from morning till night. Then I got to take care of stuff around the house and bills and who knows what. The list goes on and on. And you could just imagine it, or you could even ask a dad. There's always something that comes up. And not to say that they're wrong. It's true. There are a lot of things that happen as a dad. It's a very, very busy yet fulfilling lifestyle when done correctly. So what can you as a not yet father, not yet dad, do to prepare yourself so that when it comes to that point, you'll be ready to hit the ground running and you're going to succeed as a dad? So I like to distill it down to three core principles or three pillars. And that's health, wealth, and knowledge. Now, health, wealth, and knowledge are just core ideas, but they're ideas that can be expounded further than where I'm going to expound it. And the reason that is because I'm giving you general principles, general core ideas, and each person is going to find something in their life that's going to apply to one of those ideas. So let's start with health. Health is going to be exercise. Health is going to be giving yourself time to breathe and decompress. Health is going to be speaking things over with someone, with a friend, getting things off your chest. Because to me, health is more than just physical. Physical is crucial. There's no doubt about it. Because if you don't take care of yourself physically, aside from the fact that it's going to lead your children down a bad road, but it's not good for yourself. You want to make sure you're around for your kids, you're around for your wife. So health is going to be multifaceted: mental, physical, and emotional. And then you take it from there to each person onto their own. Everyone's going to have their own idea. What does it take for me to be physically healthy? What does it take for me to be mentally healthy? What does it take for me to be emotionally healthy? And then the next thing, wealth. Wealth is not just money. There is an aspect that you may consider wealth coming from money, but that's not the true wealth. Wealth is building a life where you feel wealthy. And that wealth only comes from building things that truly matter. anything from helping other people to leading others. And it all starts with building yourself up. That's how you accumulate true wealth. At the same time, monetary wealth is crucial as well. Building budgets. And I'm not telling you how your budget has to work. Some people are more intense about it than others. Most people just don't have a mindset of any sort of type of focus on money. So just developing some sort of a mindset. Figure out what works for you. How can you best manage your money for the long-term growth and the well-being of your family? You want to be able to take vacations, but more importantly, you want to be able to support your family on a day-to-day basis. And there's a lot that comes down the road. There are things that we don't expect. Good ways, sometimes bad. But not to rule it out. Not to get scared, but to start establishing some sort of a baseline and understanding a mind of where you're taking that money. And I'm sure you're going to find other ways where wealth is going to come into your life. And the final one is knowledge. This is crucial. This actually plays into the other two in so many ways. Knowledge is going to be knowing yourself. Spending time with yourself, yes. Not having your technology around. Not listening to music. Not being distracted by anything. Total silence with yourself. Try it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Knowledge is learning about the stages of life that you're going to go through, both yourself, in a marriage, and with children. There's so many different steps, and you don't want to learn about it after the fact when you already missed out on it. You want to learn before so that you know what you're getting into. You want to know how to connect the pieces of the puzzle. So yeah, your kid is now at a toddler stage. Before you know it, they're going to be preteens and teens. Totally different world. So learning about these things, learning how you can improve your health, learning how you can improve your fulfillment, learning how you can do a side gig if you want, whatever it's going to be, whatever that knowledge is for you, but improving on it. So what does this have to do with becoming a dad? And the answer is, the more you establish up, the less you're going to be chasing this down later. The more you establish it up front, the less you're chasing it later. I know I repeated myself, and for good reason. Because it's not so much establishing what those core concepts and ideas are, which is extremely important. But the idea is to get into that routine. What does your daily routine look like? Have you developed your perfect day yet? What are you working towards? That's where it comes in. Setting up a routine where you're working out, whatever time of day it is, early morning, late at night, whatever works for you with your schedule. When are you checking up on your finances? When are you making time to learn more? When are you checking in with yourself to make sure that you're okay, that you're growing? If you're in a relationship, when are you checking in with your girlfriend to make sure that she's okay? When are you spending time with her? And not to say that it has to be to the T, that everything has to be totally designed. But you should have a very good idea of what you're doing, and you should build that into routine. But don't build into routine where it has to be like that every single time or you're going to fail. Build it into a routine where you can be flexible with it. And the difference is going to be that when you start with all these things now, it's going to just become muscle memory by the time you're a dad. And when you have those late nights or sleepless nights, when you have things that throw your schedule off, you're going to be able to get right back up into it. Why? Because that's already part of you. The same way you're going to go to grab that cup of coffee in the morning when you barely keep your eyes open. You're going to be doing your workout. But don't wait till you're in your 30s or 10 years down the line, whatever age you have a kid at, and first wake up and realize, shoot, what did I do? What did I miss? Why didn't I do it until now? Don't make that mistake. So that's my recommendation to you. As someone who's not yet a dad, and if you're a dad, it's time to get started right now. Start building that daily routine. Figure out what are your core principles. Design your perfect day. I know I'm giving you a lot to work with over here. But you can always reach out to me on X at The Evolved Dad. You can leave comments on this podcast, maybe up on YouTube by the time you listen to this. There's a lot of dads out there that want to help you as well. Don't be shy. Come say hello. Always feel free to ask questions. And as always, I appreciate you spending your time with me today. This is Jonathan, The Evolved Dad, signing off.